What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the available free agents. This is through the website SpotTrack. Some of these guys are actually retired, so there's that. And I know we only have, we have a little bit under $3 million in cap space, but you can restructure deals to get more. And after June 1st, we'll be letting Byron Jones will be officially off our books, so we'll have a little bit more cap space there. So there's that. So I'm going to kind of go by the different positions and kind of see what's available. Quarterback, obviously I don't want any of the top guys. I don't want like Carson Wentz or Matt Ryan. But I wouldn't mind a quarterback that might be able to sit on our practice squad for a while. I assume Nick Foles will probably be on someone's roster, same with Joe Flacco. Probably Chase Daniels too. But Josh Johnson is actually a guy I might not mind signing. To a cheap, like, 1-year deal type of deal. Bring him in as a camp arm. I don't like James Blackman that much. I just don't have a high opinion of him. He's the undrafted guy we signed. And if you think about last year, we had Tua, Teddy Bridgewater, and Skylar Thompson, which is now Tua, Mike White, Skylar Thompson. We lost all three of our quarterbacks last year multiple times. All three of them got hurt on multiple different occasions because of this bad offensive line. We have almost the exact same starting offensive line as we did last year, except we don't even have Brandon Shell anymore, who is at least an upgrade over Austin Jackson, even though he himself wasn't that great either. So, and when we went to the playoffs, Skylar Thompson was our starting quarterback, and we had to sign Mike Glennon off the street to bring him in. I would like to sign someone like Josh Johnson now and let him sit on our practice squad for a while, let him know our playbook, stuff like that. That's kind of my thought, because I think he is a veteran who's been on a lot of teams, has played with the 49ers, so he's seen similar schemes that Mike McDaniel would run. And I think he's a guy that can come in if needed, and be okay for a game or two. But also, I don't think a whole lot of teams are going to be vying to take him. So that's kind of my thought. So that's what I would like to do at quarterback. Running back, if we can clear some space, I think there's some guys that are kind of interesting. I think, didn't Mark Ingram retire? I think he did. Ezekiel Elliott, he's not what he once was. He's only 27. I thought he was older than that. Jesus. But he's not what he once was, but I still think he's a good power back and would really bring a lot of things to the table that our team doesn't have. We don't really have much of a power back. I mean, Jeff Wilson, kind of, but not really. I don't know if he'd want to sign with us and be a running back by committee kind of guy. I don't know if that's something he'd be interested in. Leonard Fournette and Kareem Hunt, same thing. Not really interested in any of the other guys, really. Just being honest. Kenyon Drake, bringing him back. Same thing, kind of a power back. That could be kind of fun. That could be fun. I'm just wanting like a 1-year deal. We got plenty of receiving backs, so we don't really need Giovanni Bernard. So, yeah. Wide receiver. We don't really need receivers, but there are a bunch of guys available. This is also kind of good to know, just taking a look at what's there. I know Kenny Golladay, the Giants and him had a big falling out, but he could still be a decent receiver. Julio just can't stay healthy. Byron Pringle is actually a decent guy. I assume he'll be on a team. Byron Pringle's 29. I thought he was younger than that for some reason. Tight end. This is a position I would like to try to sign somebody. Cameron Brate's available? Did Mercedes Lewis retire? Off Swaim as well? Hang on. Sorry about that. I was just confirming that Cameron Brate is still available. I know he can't stay healthy, so I don't know about him. But Mercedes Lewis is also not retired. I would love to sign him. He is still a fantastic blocking tight end who probably won't cost a ton of money. I want Mercedes Lewis. For sure. I actually thought Green Bay kept him. I mean, it makes sense. They're getting young. I would like to sign him right now. He would immediately be our best blocking tight end. And he does still give you some value catching the football. I would love to sign him. All right, offensive line. Obviously a one-year deal. He's 38. But still. Let's start off with tackle. We'll look at guard after. Isaiah Wynn's available. I wouldn't mind signing him. George Fant. Not a whole lot available here. I mean, offensive line is bad even across the league. I wouldn't mind signing Isaiah Wynn, though. I really wouldn't. Jawan James as well. Yeah, there's a couple guys. I would definitely be looking to sign one of these dudes. Taylor Lewan would be ideal if we can get him to come, but we'll see. He'll probably cost some good amount of money. Jason Peters, I don't know if he's retired, but I mean, I wouldn't mind him. I can't remember him ever really playing right tackle though, which is the issue. We need a right tackle more specifically. Let's look at that. Yeah, that definitely limits our options more. Jawan James or George Fant would be pretty solid, though. Let's take a look at guard. Ooh, this is rough. Dalton Reisner? Sure. Guard's rough, man. Try Turner? That's not terrible. I wouldn't mind signing him. At least let him compete with Liam and Robert Jones. What about center? Never mind. I was thinking we could sign a center and move Connor Williams back to left guard. But, nah. Well, edge. J.J. Watt's retired. If Robert Quinn isn't retired, I'd love to bring him back. He still gives you value as a pass rusher. Make our edge rusher room even better. I'm always up for that. I'm always down for overkill. Leonard Floyd, Frank Clark, same thing. I wouldn't mind either one of them. But Robert Quinn, I think, would be the guy I'd want. He still gives you some pretty decent value. J.J. Watt's retired. Defensive line. Yeah, they'll still include some edge rushers here. Let's look at D tackle. I don't think we really need any of these guys. I mean, I wouldn't mind some depth here, though. I just don't know who I would really want. I mean, Ndamukong Suh would be a better nose tackle, depending on price tag, bringing him back. Bring back him and Robert Quinn. That guy actually could be kind of fun. If they'd be down. I'm down. I think he'd be a better nose tackle than Raekwon Davis at the very least, even at this point in his career. Let's look at linebacker. Miles Jack can't really stay healthy, but I wouldn't mind him. Melvin Ingram is still available. We could bring him back. I would either try to bring back Melvin or go and try to get Robert Quinn back. I would love either one. Anthony Barr didn't do very good for Dallas last year. Probably better than Duke Riley, though. I wouldn't mind picking up Miles Jack, especially if you can get him for kind of cheap. Just see what you get. At least bring him into camp. Wouldn't mind that at all. We don't really need corner, but I mean, yeah, Byron Jones will be available post June 1st. We've already released him. It just won't be official. Yeah, we don't really need Let's look at safety. Safety's kind of whack. Okay. No really good safeties. What about kicker? Because I would like to bring a kicker in to compete if we could. Bringing in again like Zane Gonzalez or Brett Maher, I wouldn't mind. Just to let him compete. I think Robbie Gould is retired. So I think Mason Crosby is too. And Mason Crosby didn't really play that well last year. But Brett Maher was pretty damn good for Dallas until the playoffs. He melted in the playoffs. But during the regular season, he played fairly well for them last year. Zane Gonzalez, I don't really love him. But I would just like to bring somebody in to compete with Jason Sanders. I don't want to necessarily outright replace him because, you know, kicker around the league isn't good. What about punter? Matt Hawk is available? I'd sign him right now. He wasn't amazing for us, but he was better than, well, at least I think he'll be less of a risk than the guy we've got now. I wouldn't mind bringing him back. So, yeah. Anyway, so the guys that I seen that were available that I really would like is Josh Johnson at quarterback, like I mentioned, just to kind of ride the practice squad, just as an extra quarterback. That's not James Blackman. Running back, I wouldn't mind picking up one of those guys. Like Zeke, especially if he's willing to do running back by committee. I don't know if he'll do that, though. Mark Ingram is an option, but I wouldn't mind that either. Mercedes Lewis is a guy I would really love to have on this team. I would really like to have Mercedes Lewis on a one-year deal. For sure. I would love to have him. I'd like to potentially bring in another edge rusher, either Melvin Ingram or Robert Quinn. I wouldn't mind Ndamukong Suh bringing both of those guys back, even though they've played for us before. If they're down, I'm down. And bringing in a kicker. That's pretty much my thoughts. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Oh, and maybe Matt Hawk as well. That's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.